to our YouTube channel. Today we will start the series of our research. Today we are having a basic lecture about the introduction of the research. In this lecture we will go through about what is research, why is it necessary, and we will see some definitions and also we will see the identification of the research. सबसे पहले हम देखेंगे कि research होती क्या है. As you know that research is a systematic activity and it's directed towards the discovery or the development of any organized body of the knowledge, new knowledge. Research it demands the scientific way or a systematic way of giving the thought to any area of a knowledge. Research may involve, it involves like the proper methods, methodology, it involves the techniques, tools, approaches, and the designs for the particular research, for doing the particular research. For doing the particular research, we must have the research topic, right? So choosing the research topic, we have to choose that topic which are having some characteristics, या we can say एक अच्छा रिसर्च टॉपिक वो होता है जिसको कुछ बेसिक करेक्टरिस्टिक्स जो फुलफिल कर ले. लाइक फर्स्ट करेक्टरिस्टिक इज़ कैपेबिलिटी, और वी कैन से एट इज़ दिस रिसर्च टॉपिक फीजिबल और नॉट. उसमें आपको लाइक देखना है कि जो आपका टॉपिक है, क्या ये टॉपिक कुछ नया टॉपिक है, इज़ दिस समथिंग न्यू, एंड यू हैव टू चेक दैट वेदर what you are developing within this research project, within this project time framework, क्या ये टॉपिक जो है जो आप ले रहे हो, क्या ये इस टाइम फ्रेमवर्क में कंप्लीट हो जाएगा कि नहीं, क्या ये इसके ऑब्जेक्टिव्स अचीवेबल है इस टाइम फ्रेमवर्क में कि नहीं. आपको ये भी देखना है वाइल चूजिंग द रिसर्च टाइटल कि जो आपका प्रोजेक्ट है क्या ये इस टाइम फ्रेमवर्क में कंप्लीट हो जाएगा कि नहीं. जो आपका रिसर्च टॉपिक है क्या वो अचीव हो जाएगा, जो आपके फाइनेंसेस हैं, जो आपके फाइनेंशियल रिसोर्सेज हैं, उसमें उसके अंदर क्या ये अचीवेबल है कि नहीं है. एंड यू हैव टू सी कि जब आप ये मतलब रिसर्च टॉपिक स्टार्ट कर रहे हो और जब आप इसको कंप्लीट करोगे एट दैट टाइम क्या ये अप्रोप्रिएट होगा कि नहीं, इसकी अप्रोप्रिएटनेस, इज़ इट वर्थ वाइल एट द टाइम ऑफ द कंप्लीशन, वो आपको देखना है कि इसके जो स्पेसिफिकेशंस हैं या जो ये स्टैंडर्ड्स मीट कर रहा है जहाँ आप रिसर्च कर रहे हो कि नहीं. जो आपका रिसर्च टॉपिक है क्या ये कोई मतलब इसमें कोई इशू तो नहीं है, क्या ये इसकी क्लियर अंडरस्टैंडिंग है आपको या नहीं. आपको इसमें रिसर्च क्वेश्चंस बनाने होंगे. वो रिसर्च क्वेश्चंस उसकी मतलब क्लियरिटी होनी चाहिए, और वो ऑब्जेक्टिव बनाने हैं, उन ऑब्जेक्टिव्स की क्लियरिटी है आपको कि नहीं. या जो आप प्रपोजल दे रहे हो, यानी कि जो आप ये रिसर्च टॉपिक ले रहे हो, इसके बारे में आपको फ्रेश नॉलेज होनी चाहिए. और ये रिसर्च टॉपिक जो है क्या ये क्लियरली मतलब इसको हम ये कहेंगे कि जिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ, या अगर आप इंडिपेंडेंट रिसर्चर हो तो जो आपका आइडिया है क्या वो क्लियर है आपको या नहीं है. ये जो इसकी फाइंडिंग्स हैं बाद में जो जब आप इसको कंप्लीट करोगे वो जो फाइंडिंग्स हैं वो वैल्यूएबल होंगी उस टाइम कि नहीं होंगे. एंड वन मोर थिंग कि जो आपका टॉपिक है ये मैच होना चाहिए आपके कैरियर के साथ या आपके कैरियर गोल्स के साथ. मतलब आपको ऐसा टॉपिक लेना है जो आपके फील्ड का हो, ठीक है. तो उसके बाद अगर आप देखोगे कि इसकी डेफिनेशन क्या है, क्रिसवेल ने 2014 में लिखा है कि जो ये रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम है, इट्स अ प्रॉब्लम या ये एक इशू की तरह है जो आपको जिसकी वजह से आपको नीड उभरती है टू स्टडी अबाउट दिस इशू, यानी कि टू सॉल्व दिस प्रॉब्लम और टू सॉल्व दिस इशू. Research begins with the identification of the problem or selection of the research problem. So for selecting a research project, it involves some basic steps. Like this involves the identification of a few problems and selecting one out of them after evaluating all these problems or all these alternative problems against a certain criteria which you must have framed. And second is that formulation of the selected problem which you have selected one out of them. The selected problem should be defined. It should be transformed into the resourceable questions, like you have to frame the research questions out of them. What's no, the problem statement? The problem statement, or when you define your problem, it is what's actually happening and what should happen presently, what is happening, and the gap between what should happen and what is actually happening. That is the research statement of the problem. And next is that we have to develop this research problem. There are some ways to develop the research problem. When we read some books, some articles related to the subject of our interest, then actually we are developing some problem, or we are having that there is some issue in any field. Means when we read about our field, we get that there is a gap where the research is must. Second is that our academic experience, like classroom lectures, class discussions, or seminars, out of the class, like exchange of ideas with the fellow students or the teachers. These may also stimulate that there are some problems or issues which need to be studied. And thirdly, we are having our daily life experiences, because life is changing and it's not static. So in this dynamic life, we learn so many new things, and we undergo so many new experiences every day. So that these experiences, or these new things, these arose our curiosity of our life situations, and we may hit upon some no, questions that are worth to be investigated or taken as a research. We sometimes doubt some scientific inventions. We sometimes have doubt in some classroom transaction activities, so we can research accordingly. And one more thing is that when we are exposed to the field situations, for example in education, when our students are going to these teaching practice schools to do the teaching practice, their these internship training programs, or their field visits to some these academic centers, or some extension works, these provide them the exposure to the practical problems which demands that those problems should be solved and those problems should be studied. Another thing is that we have some experts with whom we are having the discussions about the research. We are having some administrators with whom we are having a discussion about their issues, issues why they are not like administrating in that very particular way. And one more thing is that we are having the brainstorm sessions. We are having intensified discussions within the group, or within our own group. And these are the means which may help us to develop any new idea about any new problem. And the previous researches which we are studying, these also give us an idea to develop a research problem. And we, after developing the research problem, we have to give some guesswork, or we have to hypothesize step. And hypothesis, it's a formal, we can see the question a researcher intends to solve. So it's a guess, or it's a proposition, or it's a set of propositions that need to be explored. And for that very purpose, why this happens in that very phenomena, these things are to be explored. It's a predictive statement, it's a guess an educated guess. It's not a wild guess. It's an educated guess on part of a researcher. It is a predictive statement capable of being tested by any scientific method. It's a statement that states what we are looking for, or for example, you are looking for something like these new teachers or the novel teachers, how they introduce the technology in their classroom. So this is a research proposal you want to start, and you start from the point, and when you hypothesize regarding this, like your hypothesis may be that introducing the technology by the new teachers may affect the learning outcomes of our students. These hypotheses will be tested and confirmed in the part or the whole, that will lead to the further development of a theory, which then may be tested by further researchers. So in short, the testable propositions, guessworks about the relationships between the two or more events or the concepts, these are known as the hypotheses. And then the research methods, you must take time, how your research problem needs to be done, or needs to be solved. Mm, you think about your research and ask, you must ask the five questions or five W's. You must ask yourself, like, what is my research, or why I want to do this type of research, who is my like target population, or we can say who are the participants of this research, where I am going to do this research, and when I am going to do this research. These five questions each researcher must ask before going through the research. So the research methods involve the form of the data collection, analysis, interpretation that the research proposes for their studies. It has been said by the Creswell in 2014. Research designs are of types of inquiry within the qualitative, quantitative, or mixed approach that are providing us the specific directions for how we have to conduct any research. And next is that we are having the research methods. As already told, that we are having the research methods qualitative, quantitative, or mixed method. And quantitative research is predominantly used as a synonymous for the data collection techniques, such as using the questionnaire, or for the data analysis procedures, such as using the graphical representations, or the statistics that generates or uses the numerical data. So in contrast to the qualitative research is predominantly used as synonymous for the data collection techniques, such as the interview, or the data analysis procedures, such as categorizing the data that generates or uses non-numerical data. Qualitative therefore can refer to the data other than we are using the words, such as pictures or videos. And then according to Creswell, the qualitative research, it's a means for exploring and understanding the meaning of individual problem, or the group problems, or social or human problems. It's the process of the research involving involves emerging the questions and the procedures. It involves the collection of the data in the participants' settings, analysis of the data, and then making the interpretations of the meanings of that data which we have collected. Uh, then we are having one more thing. Then we are having the methods of collecting the qualitative data. There are three main sources of the data for the qualitative research studies. We are having the interviews and the focus group discussions. We are having the questionnaires with open-ended questions. We are having the observations. We are having the documentary analysis in the qualitative data. The data needs to answer the research questions is collected primarily using the interview. This involves the focus group discussions or in-depth individual interviews, and the secondary sources of collecting the data for the qualitative research studies involves using of the published reports, or we are having the direct observation in the past periods by researchers and during the interview were conducted. And then we are having the tools to collect the qualitative data, where we can collect the qualitative data in online forms. We can collect the qualitative data from in online communities, web surveys, chats, focus discussions, in-depth interviews, by in-depth interviews. Then the term way of distinguishing between the two terms is that we focus on the numbers or the numeric in the quantitative data, and we focus on the words or the non-numeric data in the qualitative research. Research is formalized curiosity. It's poking or praying with the purpose, like we have some purpose, then we research about anything. This is all about the introduction to the basic research. If you have any questions, feel free to ask questions in the comment section. Happy New Year, have a great year.